And yet again, our marks have been met. Our proprietary algorithms have proven their worth yet again, and there could be another opportunity for us ahead as this play just went from a historical volatility stats play to a combined breakout play. Our daily closures have hinted at that very possible upside. Welcome back to the channel on this Taco Tuesday. This is ARCa, and let's dive into ticker symbol ASRE. What is up, you guys, and welcome back to the channel. Let's go ahead and dive in to ticker symbol ASRE, as the upsides that we've been talking about are absolutely meeting, and there could be some more upside to go. Okay, you guys, so first of all, I want you to notice here that we are printing a very short-term short signal on the 30-minute time frame. That means that there could be a downside ahead, and it's very curious that it would print it, knowing that we got a closure inside of the volatility, the linear regression channel, not the bands, right? So you can see here that we are testing the resistance of that top band right now. So this could be an area for us to pull back. I do have a target here in mind too. So let me just go ahead and kind of put that down here for us. Something like this here is what I'm looking for. Yeah, you know what? It very well could be like this, actually. Yeah, it could be just like this here, right? Between a space of 34.78 and 35.04. Okay, so it's very, I'm really talking about a very short-term pullback here. Of course, we can always come back down and test the very bottom side of our linear regression band on a 30-minute, right? So if we look at this on an hourly time frame, you can see here that we definitely got the close inside of the linear regression channel, and there could be a pullback from there. Okay, so yeah, if anything, we can, get a quick top side here of 36.76 and then actually pull back into the zone that I just spoke about, 34.78 to 35.04, with the potential of dropping back down to the area of 33.93, which is the bottom band, to about 33.48. Now that would be beneath the band here. So what I will say is that we have an invalidation. Yeah, we definitely do, man. Okay, yeah, we have an invalidation zone right here. Okay, 32.51 being this candle here. So closing, I'd say an hourly candle beneath that 32.53, we would then get introduced here to the very bottom side of around 30.95, which has a lot to do with the top side of this gap here. Okay, so those are some of the conditions there as far as, I'm looking at this just with, with the naked eye here, right? Just full on discretion and intuition, no back test or anything of that sort. But yeah, again, just kind of pulling up here our proprietary algorithm. This is ARMOR here, giving us the magic sauce behind the long and sell strategies, right? This is actually signaling a potential short here, and remember that it is a short-term time frame too. So this could very well be short-lived before a continuation to the upside, as this is continuing to make a series of higher highs and higher lows, right? So it's looking really good, and it's still looking very, very strong, and the bulls could very well be in control even still. So now to pull up here the ARCa trend line, this is this ARQ indicator, right? So this is still part, remember that this is still part of the ARQ indicators series, right? So if you are, first of all, guys, I know that I'm not really sharing this as much, right? But I guess I could. If you are interested in acquiring these indicators, definitely get in touch with us at arqindicators@gmail.com, right? And it will get you situated there with the subscription packages. So arqindicators@gmail.com. Oh my goodness, man, we can't type today, right? Can't even. That's what I get for not looking at the damn keyboard. All right, so anyway. So yes, we have right here the ARC trend line. I'm not using the trend lines in particular right now because I'm not really looking for inspiration over where the formation could be based on trend lines, right? So I'm not looking for that right now. What I am looking for is the print on an hourly time frame of a potential pivot high, right? So this algorithm here has the ability to tell you when the pivot low is in and when the pivot high is in before pullbacks and before run-ups. right? So this is why I'm using it right now. And I'm noticing here that even despite this pullback here that we got from 38.45 back down to the area of 34.62, still no pivot high signal, which means that we are still suggesting a continuation to the upside. And I would like for you to notice also the color in the candles that we're currently on. This means that we're still net positive in our MACD indicator. Okay, so that's what the MACD indicator is actually built in to the price action via the script, right? So it changes all the candles into the into the MACD indicator, and you can see here that when you're oversold, it turns red. When it starts becoming, better and better towards the upside, getting a positive crossover, it turns green, and then you're in the positive here, right? So you can see that the color is still green. So this is a pivot locator and momentum built into one algorithm, right? So right now, we are still suggesting an upside despite the fact that we have a little bit of pullback in the immediate short term, right? So anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at the next chart, right? So please remember that we have a breakout play going on, right? So that would be the breakout from this channel here. And I believe we just got the closure of the first daily candle to close clean outside of the resistance conversion. So this was our resistance prior to this, right? And now we converted it into a support by breaking out of it. And that usually leads to a continuation to the upside, right? So it is looking very healthy there. Now the target based on this strategy here, you take a trend line from that top side of the channel all the way back down to the lower end of the channel, and then you apply it to that candle breakout, right? So this would be, oh my goodness. So this would be the implied move right here now, okay? So yeah, that is signaling us a target of, and we already identified this range, right? So it's going to be, and I got to adjust this now just to that bottom side right there, okay? So it would be the space between 49.91 to 50.99 with a focus of about 50.20. Right, so that is currently what this is telling us could happen, right? So this is still looking massively, massively bullish. And now the 3-day time frame is something that I am really looking forward to. Tomorrow will be the closure of the this 3-day iteration, and it would be the first, and it would be actually the second closure upside of the mean from the volatility bands, right? So that would be a 34-cent mean down here, 33.67, and we could potentially close upside of that by market close tomorrow. Okay, so that would be an incredible bullish statement for the asset, and it would give us reason to continue on to the upside here to touch down on the targets here. That it's displaying around 44.12 here. Okay, so that would kind of be in line here with the top side of this range here, since we are saying 49.91, right? So now what we could do is actually focus that 44.12 down below. So let me just go ahead and see where the heck is my line here too? There we go. So 44.12. I'm gonna just go ahead and kind of extend this out like this. I know it's a huge distance. Oh my goodness, come on, man. Yeah, you know what? I think the 44.12 may be a little too far away from here. So we're going to go ahead and just mark this off as an individual line and suggest that that could be a different or a shorter time frame pullback zone, right? When we do reach it, which, with this kind of pressure, it may very well be, dare I say tomorrow. It may be, right? So 44.12 does have a range too. So let me just go ahead and jot that down for us. 44.12 is right here. There we go. And it looks like we have, I would say about 45.01. Okay, so on our way to the top, that could be an area for us to pull back to. And then, we would resist, maybe pull back to this zone here of all these supports here. Also not forgetting the potential of, maybe around 39.90 to about 41.92. Yeah, so it would come up here, pull back to that 31.90, right, 39.90 or 41, and then continue on to the upside to meet our upside targets. And of course, that would be the top side of the volatility bands here too, right? So it's looking very powerful, team. And today marked off the very day where we actually touched down. I'm sorry, I should have actually had this here the whole time because that's the top side of the bands. So we touched 38.45 today, and that was a massive upside as we're getting closer to that 40-cent zone. Okay, so now I guess we're going to have to start observing here the potential breakout continuation, right? So this is looking incredible here. Looking on the bi-daily time frame that we are absolutely starting to knock at the door of this resistance, right? So if that's going to be the case, man, oh man, remember that this now marked off the take profit from our second formation top side, right? So I want you to remember here that we have been talking about this breakout from this wedge here since literally down here, right? So now we got the second target knocked down. So that was a top side at 37.54. Today we got that 38.45. So marks off this now closed off, and now the next target to observe would be up here, 45.41 to 47.26 with a focus of about 46.08, and it's still in line with our other resistances, right, that we are looking for. Everything here is kind of lining up pretty nicely for the resistance touches, 49 to 50 cents. This is over here at around the 44 to 45 range. And this over here, this over here is the 45 to 46. Yeah, everything is at around 44 cents to 50 cents. That is right around, everything is rhyming between 44 and 50. So that's like, it's, the more you see the target, the more it becomes like we're probably going to go there, right? So the next thing we want to observe here is that at 47.10 is the one spot 618. Very curious that it would be between the 44 and 50 cent zone. So that is the golden mean, and it is a very big possibility that we can go there. Now, one more thing. Of course, this is the stats play, right? Remember, this is the volatility versus momentum statistical play that we've been talking about here, statistically speaking, right? So that would be the condition of expanding from critical volatility and contraction with paired with an upside in stochastic momentum. That, we've actually taken the sample sets here to create this data here. So 7 out of 7 times we've gotten correct with an upside move that led to an average 435.88%. So as soon as and something tells me that tomorrow, upon this closure, 19 hours and 20 minutes, so tomorrow's market close, it's gonna shift this stochastic momentum to the upside. So as soon as this gets shifted to the upside and volatility starts expanding here with the moving average, the signal officially fires off. And that's why I'm saying that we could be firing off that signal right at around the area of around 40 cents. And today we got very close to it. So as soon as we get this closure, we're gonna know exactly what happened here to volatility and momentum. We are looking for volatility's moving average, the little white line, to be pivoted towards the upside alongside the spectrum line, which is the volatility component. Okay, so if we have that pivoted towards the upside, that means expansion is coming in, and the direction bias will be given by the stochastic momentum indicator with an upside pivot as well. And that, my friends, when that happens, we have officially fired off a move that on average gives us 435.88% to the upside, man. And those moves up there, team, those moves, those moves are not to be messed with, right? Because they are huge. They are huge. They are huge. And, and we shall see, right? But please remember that they are probabilities, not certainties. So we should take them as such, right? So now, the last part of the analysis here is the RSI, right? So please notice here that we have still very much validated two primary drives of bullish divergence here with a huge upside on the 12-hour time frame. So kind of reverting back here to the 30 minute, we are pivoted straight to the upside here, and we're influencing the 14-day simple moving average, which I believe is something that we talked about yesterday since we were so close to here, right? I'm not sure. It could have been another ticker, but it's very curious that we're pivoting the SMA 14 up because this is the gravitational zone. It would pressure it to the upside and break above it, right? So now you can see here that the 4-hour time frame is also in that gravitational zone. So this can likely get pushed up in respects to the push up from the 30-minute into the hourly upside, right? So this can cascade several time frames to forcing the 4-hour time frame into that overbought percentile. Same situation here with the 8-hour time frame, very much in that gravitational zone for an upside pivot. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and avoid speaking of the 12-hour, the daily, the 3-day and the 5-day, even in anything beyond the 5-day, right? Because these time frames are the ones that are going to tell us all over the next day and into the following day, right? So tomorrow being, oh man, no way. I think the markets are going to close early on Thursday, if not open at all. But we're gonna observe that. Okay, so this is getting critical, team. If I can tell you this for sure. If we actually, let me. You know what? I'm sorry. I have to get rid of the word for sure. I can't say anything like that, man. That's really. I can't. I don't want to lead anyone down any hole, right? So what I can tell you is that, psychology. If you get a green close into Thanksgiving, that's a huge psychological beat. A massive one, a massive psychological beat. And that means that the anxiety is going to build like freaking crazy for the next trading session after that. So let's go ahead and let's just go ahead and keep those fingers crossed, right? And see if we can get these moves to the upside. But what I can tell you is that we still have an upside bias from momentum and suggesting a huge upside bias from statistics too. So formation theory, psychology, geometrics, and statistics are all pointed upward here. And I assume that there could be a catalyst in line, which is why this thing is ripping to the upside the way it is. Something could be afoot here. Okay, team, now you know the risk, you know the upside, you know the downside. All right, guys. Please take whatever I do show and iterate within these videos as just a form of entertainment, as I cannot suggest, and I repeat, I cannot suggest for you to buy, sell, or hold any assets whatsoever. I need you to do your own due diligence and everything will be cool. But with that said, team, I wish you well, a very good rest of your night, and I will catch you at the bell mañana. Adios, team. Yeah.